Hey, would you like to hear the silliest, absolutely bonkers, dumb version of Rapunzel that I have read so far? It's one of several French variants. It's called Parsilette. It is from France. I read it in this book, which is the only translated to English version that reads like a full story, thanks to Heidi and Heiner, who does a ton of fairy tale work for Sir de Lune, the publication and website. And it's the perfect story to kick off a fresh series for Fucked Up Fairy Tales with Liz. Ding! Once upon a time, there was a couple who had been married for a long time. They really wanted a child, but they were unable to bear one. You've heard this in fairy tales 5 dozen times. Okay, calm down, TikTok camera. So their neighbors encouraged them to go on a pilgrimage as part of their, due diligence in imploring the heavens for a child. And either God was listening or they just got real randy on that pilgrimage because far from home they did become pregnant. I mean, the lady became pregnant, While they were out and about, they passed this gorgeous garden with these incredible fruits hanging from the trees there. And the wife was like, hello, pregnancy craving, I need that fruit. Her husband was not interested in being caught as a fruit thief, so the woman just went down herself and began plucking those fruits and nomming them. Of course, this little old lady comes out and she's like, fruit thief! And the mother was like, I'm so sorry, I'm not usually such a criminal, but it's these pregnancy cravings. I could not resist just chowing down on that fruit. All right, I won't punish you if you make me the godmother of your child. Sure, babe, I will definitely do that. Okay, so the old woman was a fairy, and so kind of like Sleeping Beauty, when she was not made the godmother, she was like, I'm angry, and I'm gonna steal that baby. So she showed up at the couple's house with her henchman, which happened to be a dog henchman, and the dog ran in, and he snatched the baby away, and they kidnapped her. Now, they named the girl Parsilette, which is interesting because it sounds like parsley, which is sometimes the thing that the mom has a craving for in these stories, but it was magic fairy fruit in this version, so I don't know. And she and the other fairies gave the girl all sorts of gifts, including the ability to sing so beautifully that anyone from 7 miles around could hear her and was bewitched by it. And when the girl came of age, the fairies were like, this kid is gorgeous. We gotta lock her in a tower so she will not be harassed by the menfolk. So they put her up in this tower, and the godmother fairy was like, you are not to see any visitors. In fact, the only visitor you will see is me, and how you know it's me is I will come to your window and I will say, Parsilette, let down your beautiful hair. Here's the thing, Parsilette did not have really long Rapunzel hair. It was just a password. It was just a way to get in. What? The secret word is, Parsilette, throw down your beautiful hair. Ah! I interrupt my own program to remind you that I wrote a book! Okay, so you're smart. You realize that it is the gift of the 7-mile radius singing that would come back and bite the old fairy in the butt, because that is how a prince learned of her. Hot damn, that's some beautiful singing! He heard the secret words, and he repeated the secret words, and either his voice and the godmother's voice were the same, or poor Parsilette had bad hearing, or she didn't give a but she let the prince up. I just met you, and this is crazy, but that's my horse, so marry me, maybe? Well, I'm hella bored, and I only have this parrot to keep me company, so yes, I will do that. I will marry you. Let's do this thing tomorrow night when you come back. The prince came back the next night, and they would have gotten away with it if it weren't for that meddling parrot. She's got a man under the bed. What did that parrot just say? Oh, it's all good, godmother. He just says what I teach him to. Isn't that funny? Haha, joke. And she would have gotten away with that too, except that the godmother was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And she snuck back in later, and she saw Parsilette down on the ground on horseback with this prince riding away. So what did this fairy do? She bammed her wand, and she made Parsilette ugly, and the prince was like... Parsilette saw her reflection in the river, and she had some regrets. Yeah, I don't think I can live like this either. It's very clear that my godmother is furious with me. I need to go back and beg her forgiveness. And at those words, the prince fucking died. He just died. Was it part of the godmother's curse? Or was Parsilette that ugly? Well, Parsilette got home, she asked for forgiveness, and the godmother gave it to her, and she gave her beauty back, and they just lived together for a while, and then Parsilette married a rich prince, which was fine at this point, I guess, because everything was good, and also she never saw her parents again. And wow, imagine if Tangled went that way. Wow. And that's the end. Anyway, I hope you like this, because it is hot and terrible. And I think we're going to be back to this, like, very low effort, sitting on my couch version of about fairy tales. And you know, as I always say, that's how it started, and there's charm in that, right? You know, you love it. As long as I bring in the Burger Prince crown, I know you'll all be happy. All right, so I'll see you around, and thanks to my patrons who requested this series, the kind of the Rapunzel alikes. So I'll do some more of those. They requested it, I don't know, probably last year sometime, and better late than never, as always. Anyway, I am doing some podcast episodes there if you want to join me, if you have the dollars. Though, if you don't, I appreciate that. And also, if you do, maybe you should give the dollars to, I don't know, those poor people in Texas. Actually, one of my librarian mutuals on here is in the affected area. So it would be real sweet of my followers to help them out, help each other out, join some mutual aid organizations in your area, so you can all take care of each other. Because that's what we're doing here. That's what you and me are doing for each other. We have to take care of each other. Those guys. You know who I mean. I'll see you for the next fairy tale.